Welcome to The Explainer. All right, today we're not just talking about wealth. No, we are going to take the groundbreaking research from the Millionaire Next Door and use it to absolutely tear down every single lie you've ever been told about what it means to be rich. So, yeah, get ready for some hard truths.
So let's start with a simple question. Seriously, I want you to just close your eyes for a second and picture a millionaire. What do you see? I mean, really see. I'm willing to bet you're picturing someone stepping out of a supercar, right? Maybe they're wearing a designer suit, checking some ridiculously expensive watch. That's the image we're sold, day in and day out. Well, I'm here to tell you that image is about to be completely shattered. You know the drill. Every time you scroll through your phone, you're just bombarded with it. The leased Ferraris, the private jet weekends, the whole champagne lifestyle. But here's the thing. Most of it is a complete fantasy. It's a performance. It's an act designed to sell you a dream. And the crazy irony? Buying into that dream is the very thing that's keeping so many of us financially trapped.
You know, the book has this fantastic, kind of old-school term for this whole thing, big hat, no cattle. And it is the perfect description, isn't it? It's for someone who looks so impressive. They've got the big, fancy hat on, but there's no substance, no assets, no cattle to back it up. They look the part, but they don't actually own the ranch. They're just renting it for the gram to impress people who couldn't care less about them.
I mean, think about that neighbor. You know, the one with the shiny new luxury SUV in the driveway and the house that's just a little too big. They probably have a great job, make a ton of money. They look like they have it all. But here's the real question. Are they actually wealthy? Or are they just working their tail off to pay the interest on that lifestyle? Maybe one missed paycheck away from the whole thing collapsing? Okay, let's really dive into this, because understanding the massive difference between a big income and real wealth, well, that's step one to getting free.
All right, let's get this first crucial point straight. Your salary is not your wealth. Let me say that again because it's that important. Income is not wealth. A big paycheck can be a fantastic tool to build wealth, for sure. But for most people, it just becomes a bigger shovel to dig a deeper hole of debt. See, it's not about how much money comes in, it's about how much of it stays. And this right here, this is where we see two totally different financial paths emerge.
So the book breaks people down into these two groups. You're either an under-accumulator of wealth, let's call them a UAW, or you're a prodigious accumulator of wealth, a PAW. And you should really think of this as a kind of financial mirror. Just be honest with yourself. Which side do you fall on? The UAW, they're obsessed with income and status. So what do? They spend and they worry, constantly. But the PAW, they're obsessed with their net worth and their freedom. So they spend their time planning and investing. You can have the same exact income, but end up living in two completely different worlds.
And to make these crystal clear, the book gives us this perfect real-world example. It's the story of two doctors. We'll call them Dr. South and Dr. North. Now, both of these guys are successful surgeons. They're highly educated, and they have nearly identical, massive incomes. So on paper, you'd think they'd be in the exact same financial boat, right? Huh, not even close.
Okay, so first up we have Dr. South. He is the classic UAW. He lives in a mansion in one of those super high-status neighborhoods. He drives imported luxury cars, his kids go to the fanciest schools. I mean, his life looks like a perfect picture of success. But behind the curtain, he's got almost no savings, he's drowning in debt, and he's totally gripped by this constant nagging fear that he can't keep up the act. All that money he makes, it flows right back out to pay for the performance of being wealthy.
And then you've got Dr. North. He's our PA. He lives in a nice, comfortable house, but it's in a regular, middle-class neighborhood. He drives a reliable car that's been paid off for years. He meticulously plans his finances. He's got a budget for his household, and he invests a huge chunk of his income. To his neighbors, he's just some regular guy. But on his balance sheet, he's a multimillionaire. He's completely financially independent, and he has none of the anxiety that haunts Dr. South, because he figured out the secret. Wealth isn't about what you make, it's about what you keep.
So, the big question is, how do people like Dr. North actually do it? What's the secret sauce for a PAW? Well, it boils down to something the book calls playing great defense. And I've got to warn you, it is the most unglamorous, unsexy, and honestly, kind of boring path you could ever imagine. But guess what? It's also the only one that truly works.
See, while the UWs are always playing offense, chasing a bigger salary, a bigger bonus, just so they can afford a bigger car, the PNWs have totally mastered defense. They literally build a fortress around their money. And what are their main weapons? A budget and a financial plan. It's that simple. It's not about making more money. It's about losing less of it to dumb spending, to taxes, and to just plain bad decisions. And this right here just shows how completely out of touch our idea of wealth really is.
The data does not lie. Real millionaires, they live in modest neighborhoods, in homes they can easily afford. They buy their cars. A lot of them buy reliable 2-year-old used cars and drive them till the wheels fall off. They are not dropping thousands of dollars on suits and watches. And here's a huge piece of the puzzle. Their spouses are on the exact same page and are often even more frugal than they are. They're a team, playing defense together. And let me just hit you with a hard truth here. A lot of people are poor simply because they're trying to look rich for people who couldn't care less about.
Yeah, this quote from one of the self-made multi-millionaires in the book, it's a real punch to the gut, but it's the absolute truth. It all comes down to why you're doing it. What's your motivation? Are you working to be free, or are you just working to buy more stuff? Because if it's for stuff, you're going to be on that consumption treadmill forever. But if it's for freedom, well, then you actually have a real shot at getting there.
Okay, so this brings us to one of the most controversial ideas in the entire book. It's a financial trap, and it's completely paved with good intentions. It's a trap that a lot of well-meaning, loving families set for their own kids, and they don't even realize they're doing it.
The authors have a name for it, Economic Outpatient Care, EOC for short. This is when parents are constantly giving financial support to their adult children. You know, the down payment on their first house, a monthly check to help with the bills, maybe paying for the grandkids' private school. I mean, it all sounds so loving and supportive, doesn't it? Well, the data tells a very, very different story, a much darker one. And here's the really shocking thing the researchers found. This financial help, it usually ends up being a curse. Get this. The more dollars adult children receive from their parents, the fewer dollars they accumulate on their own. It is a direct, inverse relationship. That free money actually makes people financially weaker, not stronger. I mean, look at this. The data just lays it all out. The numbers are completely undeniable. Adult kids who are financially independent, the ones who get zero EOC, they consistently build a higher net worth than their friends who are being subsidized by mom and dad. That financial safety net, it turns into a cage. It prevents them from ever learning how to fly on their own. So why does this happen? It's because EOC teaches all the wrong lessons. It teaches you how to spend money you didn't earn to support a lifestyle you can't actually afford. It robs you of the need to learn financial discipline, to budget, to delay gratification. The people who get it start to confuse their parents' wealth with their own, and they never, ever develop the financial muscles they need to build real, lasting wealth for themselves.
Okay, so what does all of this mean for you right now? It means that if you truly want to become wealthy, it requires a complete identity shift. You have to stop performing, stop acting rich for an audience, and start quietly, patiently building wealth for yourself. It's about choosing substance over status, security over shiny objects.
Let's just redefine what success means, right here and now. Real wealth, it's not what you see. It's the investments that no one knows about. It's the FU money sitting in the bank that gives you the power to walk away from a job you hate. It's the freedom to wake up in the morning and know, deep down, that you own your time. That is the new definition of rich.
And the book gives us a simple but really powerful formula. Think of it as a reality check. Take your age, multiply it by your pre-tax annual income, and then divide that number by 10. That final number, that's what your expected net worth should be. If your actual net worth is double that, congrats, you're a PA. If it's half that, you're a UAW. Go ahead, do the math right now. Seriously, where do you stand? This number isn't here to judge you, but it is here to wake you up.
This really is the ultimate takeaway. It's the entire philosophy of the book boiled down to just 6 words. The goal isn't to buy all the stuff that makes you look wealthy. The goal is to build a life where you actually are wealthy, a life where your financial freedom makes all that stuff completely irrelevant. You want to be the millionaire next door that nobody suspects, but who is truly completely free.
So that's our explainer on the incredible insights from the Millionaire Next Door. And we'll leave you with one last, really challenging question. Take a hard look at your life, your spending, your habits. What is the one rich habit you're willing to give up to start on the real, quiet, and kind of boring journey of actually becoming rich? Your answer to that question, it could change everything.
That wraps up today's review. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. See you next time.